So I put the call out and you guys answered. In today's episode, I'm going to answer your biggest questions. So if you guys are feeling self-doubt or, lack of confidence or whatever, I have some answers for you today. And it's going to be straight talk, right? No sugarcoating, straight talk. And I really hope it helps. So stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to a special edition of the Best Advice Podcast Show. I'm Angela Wadley, and I was thinking, I get so many questions. Sometimes they're just sent on, social media. Sometimes people, in real life ask me or something. So I put out the post to ask you guys to submit questions that maybe you had that I could add to that. And I would just do a special episode just to answer some questions. And I didn't really give, limitations on it or whatever, but I did give a deadline, right? So I just want to simply answer some questions. This is going to be completely informal. I'm going to go through some and give my best, my best opinion on them. And like the frame around it is, of course, with what I do as a hypnotist and NLP coach, I can help with pretty much anything, right? So the focus is not to really focus on that when I answer the questions and just kind of keep it more mindset focused, but just know that yes, I can help with pretty much anything and it does not have to take a long time, right? So with that said, I'm going to get started. So I want to start with this one question that I got, and it was like, wow. It kind of made me little sad to feel like to know that this person's feeling like this, but you know, whatever. This is a Q&A episode. So it says, how do I stop feeling like a fake in my job? So first of all, you got the job. You got the job for a reason. And somehow, somewhere, someone believed in you enough to give you the job, right? So even if they didn't think you were an expert at it, for whatever reason, they saw enough in you to see that you could, either learn more on the job. You could definitely handle like at least the basics, right? But that you had the capacity to grow within the job and maybe become even more of an expert at it. So how do you stop feeling like a fake? It's so easy to say stop. But what I will say is that you're not giving yourself enough credit. I think you're letting, I don't know who you're comparing yourself to. I don't know what's causing you to feel this way. Are you making some errors? Are you making some errors that, are letting you know that there's some things you don't know? If that's the case, go figure out those things that you don't know based on those errors that you make so that you don't make them again, right? It's human to make mistakes. You have to, it's a part of life. But what makes you grow from that is when you learn from those mistakes so that you don't make those mistakes again, right? And even if you never learn the exact way to do something, you learn what not to do because that way you did it before was a mistake. So you know already that that's not the way to do it, right? So you know to explore other ways to solve it. So I would just say, give yourself credit, give yourself a break. You got the job. Pat yourself on the back for that. Just be open to learning more about it, to the point where you develop more confidence in your role. And, I don't know what that commercial was. It was like, never let them see you sweat or something like that. Don't let anybody else know. I would say, don't let anybody else know that you feel that way, especially someone, unless you completely trust them. Don't let anybody else at work know that you feel that way because you don't want that to stick in their head and have that frame or color every interaction that they have with you, say, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know, no.
Ready to transform your life or just tired of feeling stuck? Conquer stress, boost confidence, overcome fears, and more. Unlock your potential with a private mindset coaching session with Angela. Your breakthrough begins here. Visit newmindsetnow.com. So don't wait, book your session now.
Own it. Own it, learn, grow, give yourself a break, pat yourself on the back. All right. Thank you for submitting your question. Okay. Number 2, I want to start my own business. Where do I begin? So I know we have a lot of, women entrepreneurs on the show, and I'm so grateful to have them on here because it does, help to show you that things are possible, right? If you have the dream of having a business, you can, right? But everyone, like I did, everyone has to start somewhere, right? So I would say, where do you begin? Figure out what you want to do. Once you figure out what you want to do, is there some learning that needs to happen? Is there some certification that needs to happen? Is there something you need to learn, some licensing you need, or what have you? So figure out what you want to do, figure out what you need to do, in order for you to do what you want to do, and look for some examples. Go online and look at people who are doing what you want to do and model yourself after it. A lot of people give modeling like a bad, I don't mean in terms of like beauty, right? Modeling meaning like imitating, right? A lot of people give that a bad name, but if you think of it, that's how we all learned, right? Like babies, you saw your parents walk, you saw, people on TV walk and eating, how to grab that spoon and how to put it in your mouth and all that. So you learned by modeling. So it's okay to, learn from other people. I won't say copy them exactly, right? Don't copy them. Be yourself. Bring your own, your unique self to it. But look at what they're doing and figure out how you can make it you, right? And you're never going to learn everything perfectly. You're never going to have everything perfectly lined up. Perfection does not exist. I always say that, and I'm going to keep saying that. So if you're thinking that you need to have everything perfect to start, I'm here to tell you now that will keep you from starting. So just start. Figure out what you want to do. Figure out, some examples of it, how you can make it your own, and just start. You can get your legal stuff, all that. You can hire people to help you with that, or, the advice about that structure and all that. But it's so important for you to start, because starting will let you know. Starting is the best teacher, right? I can tell you, if you do steps A, B, C, D, E, that's the only way to get your result. But once you start with A, you might see like, oh, maybe B is not the way I want to go with this. Maybe I want to go like this direction a little bit, right? And then when you do that, you're like, oh, maybe I don't want to do C. Maybe I want to go this direction based on what I've experienced with, this step before. So it's a learning process, and you're never going to stop learning. Even people at the top of their game, right? They never stop learning. You should never, ever want to stop learning, actually, because that's how you keep growing. Okay. So take those tips, and I hope you get started. I really do. You deserve every dream that you have. Go for it. Okay. Number 3. Why do I always doubt myself? Wow. So I would say it's unfortunate that you feel you always doubt yourself. Um, I would kind of, if I was able to interact with you, I would, ask you, are there ever any moments that you don't doubt yourself? Because, I think it's kind of a generalization to say you always doubt yourself. But with that said, if you feel you always doubt yourself, then I'm going to take that at face value. And I'm going to say that you need to value yourself more. you need to learn some self-confidence. I don't know where the doubt is coming from. I don't know where, that mindset is coming from, but it can be changed. It can be changed. So whoever made you doubt yourself, that doesn't have to be the case going forward for you, especially once you realize that you're feeling this way. Now you have a chance to make a choice to feel differently. And I know it sounds like a simplification, but it has to start with you, right? Because if someone's making you, doubt yourself all the time, once you take that mindset, that shift, mental shift where no matter what, I know I'm good. They can't make me doubt myself. That person can still try and try, and it won't have the effect. It won't have the effect. Now, if it's unfortunate, if it's someone that you cannot, remove yourself from, because I would also say remove yourself from anybody who makes you feel that way. But if you can't, you definitely have to go inside and change your mindset and build yourself up so that it's like a buffer to everyone else. It's a buffer to all the negativity. It's a buffer to everything that's making you feel like you're not valuable, that you don't deserve, whatever's going on with you. So, don't give up on yourself. It's easy to feed into what people try to push on you. It's easy to feed into that and just let it be. But you're special. You're here on this earth for some reason, for some purpose. There's no one in the world exactly like you at all. So figure out what you need to do to build yourself up and do it. Take your power back. Right now, someone else has your power. I don't know if you're giving it away just out of habit, or just examples that you've, been around or seen or what have you, but all that at this point, it's about you. Take your power back. You can definitely build yourself up and become stronger. Okay? Okay, next one. I'm scared to fail. I see people talking about doing all these things and I feel like I can't. How do I get over this fear? Okay. I need you to know that failure is a part of life. Failure is a part of life. Everyone you know who is successful and powerful and, with these big businesses and like, all this, they failed at some point. The difference is they didn't let the failure stop them, right? Failure is a way to learn because you learn what not to do. You learn what does not work. When you know what does not work, it helps narrow down the options, for lack of a better word, helps narrow down the options of what does work, right? So just say if you have to choose between path 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's definitely a path there that will get you to what you want. And you do path 1 and it's a dead end. And you say, oh no, I failed. I didn't pick the right path. Oh no, life is over. What? No. That means you now know number 1 is not the path. There are 4 more options you could choose from. So let's just say you take path number 2. It's the dead end. You come back. Oh no, I did 2 paths. Failed. I failed at this. It's over. I'm never going to reach the end. What? No, right? You now know paths 1 and 2 are not the path to the destination that you want. So you know even more. You have even more confidence that there's out of 3, 4, and 5, one of those is a path to get you to what you want, right? So that's the mentality I want you to have. Don't be scared to fail. I mean, it's not good for you to fail and just give up. That's something that, should not happen. But don't be scared to fail. You learn from it, right? So do it. And once I'm going to tell you this, once you do something that you're kind of scared to do, I mean, as long as it's okay, within, I'm going to give some guidelines, as long as it's something, that's safe. Once you do something you're kind of scared to do, you're kind of nervous to do, and you do it anyway, guess what? Next time, you're not as scared as before you ever did it before, right? And if you do it again, guess what? That's more confidence for you because I was scared, I did it. Oh, okay. I was scared, I did it again. Okay. All right. All right. I think I got this. I can do it again. I can do this. Right? So that's what I need you to do. I need you to change how you see failure. And I need you to realize that I don't think there will ever become a point where there won't be something that you are afraid of. I mean, that's kind of like you're living, right? You're living life. So, just keep going. Don't feel like you have to get over a fear to actually take action or make a move toward a goal that you have. Just do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Don't try to wait for a magical time for the fear to go away and make that hold you back. Okay? So you got this. And I will do one more. How do I stop comparing myself to others on social media? This one is so common. It's so common. And I would say if you can get to a point where your confidence is high, where you don't feel insecure about whatever it is. Because a lot of times when you feel insecure, you feel, you don't feel confident, it makes things stand out to you more. So just say, for example, if you're single, right, and you really want to be in a relationship, when you look online, everybody who's in a relationship or with someone or seems happy with someone or something like that, you're going to compare yourself to it. You're going to feel like, oh, I wish that was me. Oh, look at them. Or it may even be like, take a negative turn, which is not healthy either. Like, why do they have that? What, and not me, blah, blah, blah. So I would say, I don't know if you can limit yourself, limit your social media time until you build yourself up. But if you can't, I would say focus on your self-confidence and becoming more secure in yourself. Because if you do that, even if you want to be in a relationship, you can see relationships online and say like, see, it is possible. I'm going to keep going. Or see, she did it. I can do it too. I'm not going to give up hope. So once you like build yourself up, you create like a different lens to see this stuff through. But until then, if there's a void in you and you have this, I would say, negative mindset about it, you're going to keep feeling this way, and it's just going to compound and compound because also in social media, not everything is as it appears, right? So sometimes people put things on there that are not even true, right? And just imagine you're feeling crappy comparing yourself to something that's not even true. So I need you to get to a point, or I want you to get to a point where you feel strong no matter what, so that no matter what you see, you're okay. No matter what you see, it doesn't make you think less of yourself, feel less of yourself, make you feel like you don't deserve something, make you feel like you'll never have something. I need you to get I want you to get to that point, right? And I really think you can. And you should if you're going to keep staying on social media. I really believe that. But I appreciate the question. I'm glad you asked because I think a lot of people deal with that and it's so common. It's so common. Um, yeah, okay, so I think that's going to be the last question for today. The rest of the I'll get to, you know what, I'm going to do another Q&A episode. I don't know when exactly, but I'm going to keep the questions that I have and I will get to them. I will get to them, right? So thank you for tuning in today. I hope this helped you. I hope, for the people whose questions I answered, I hope that helped you. And if it didn't, feel free to reach out to me. You can, there's an application form on my website, newmindsetnow.com. You can fill it out and, you can have a free chat with me. But I really think everyone is special. Everyone is here on this earth for a purpose. Sometimes you don't know what that purpose is, right? And at times it can make you feel lost, right? You can feel like you're just like floating around. You don't know what you should be focusing on. But just keep reminding yourself that you're special. You're here for a reason and you deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel fulfilled. You deserve to figure out what your purpose is and you deserve all the goodness in the world. I really do. We get one life. We get one life. We get one shot at it, right? I think you should make the most of it and you should enjoy as much of it as possible. With that said, like, comment, subscribe, send this to someone you care about, and as always, keep growing and keep going. Bye.